Hello, people. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. My topic for today is Men of the Bible series, and the case study is Samson. I'll take you through the life of Samson from the time he was born, the time he became a judge, up to the time he died. And his story goes like this. Samson's incredible exploits, as related in the biblical narrative, hint him at the weight of Philistine pressure on Israel during much of Israel's early period in Canaan, that is from 12 to 10 BC. So, Samson's life began when he was the judge of Israel, anointed by God to deliver Israel from the bondage of the Philistines. And you know that the Philistines have been oppressing the Israelites so much, and they are Israel's greatest enemies. I think God used them to punish them because of disobedience and also worshipping of idols. And so, before his conception, his mother, a peasant of the tribe of Dan at Zorah near Jerusalem, was visited by the angel who told her that her son was to be a lifelong Nazarite, that is, dedicated to the special service of God through a vow of abstinence from strong drink, shaving or cutting the hair, and from contact with a dead body. So the angel told the wife of Manoah that Samson was dedicated to God and that he's a very special child that she was carrying, and that Samson was not, or Samson's hair was not to be cut, and that she would abstain from wine and no contact of the dead body. So Samson was very special and anointed, and so the angel gave her that warning before her conception, and by that time, before she conceived Samson, she was childless, and so she felt like she disappointed Manoah because she could not bear him a child. And so Samson possessed extraordinary strength, and the moral of his saga relates the disastrous loss of his power to his violation of the Nazarite vow to which he was bound by his mother's promise to the angel. So Samson possessed extraordinary strength, and one of the ways in which he showed his strength was that he killed a lion with his two bare hands by ripping the lion apart with his bare hands, by holding the lion's mouth with his bare hands and tore it like this. And after defeating the lion, that's when honey was found inside the lion days after. And also Samson defeated the Philistines with the donkey's jawbone, and that guy was very powerful. And he first broke his religious obligation by feasting with a woman from the neighboring town of Timnah, who was also a Philistine, one of Israel's mortal enemies. So Samson saw a woman from Timnah, and he said to himself that the woman is very attractive to me and she's very appealing to my eyes, so I must have her as my wife. And so Samson told his mother that and his father that he found a woman to marry, and he told them that he would want to marry the woman from Timnah. And so the parents were very disappointed with his decision because they asked him, why do you want to marry a Philistine woman instead of marrying a Hebrew woman? And so it was that time when, before he was to marry the Philistine woman, he told the Philistines the riddle which they were to solve by 7 days. And at first they were not able to solve his riddle, and the Philistines pressurized the wife of Samson to solve the riddle. And so Samson's wife nagged him, and she asked him several times the answer for the riddle. And at first he was very hesitant, but because he could not withstand the constant nagging of the wife, he told her the answer of the riddle. And after he told the answer of the riddle, that is, Samson killed the lion with his bare hands, and afterwards, days later, he found honey. So the Philistines were able to solve the riddle, and Samson gave them their reward. And Samson was not happy with the way the Philistines pressurized the wife to solve the riddle, and so Samson decided caused havoc in Philistine, and he decided not to see them again. And so Samson ran off in the middle of the ceremony, and days later Samson's parents told him that he must go and apologize to the woman's father. And Samson had the idea that she still likes her, and so Samson went back to the woman's father. But unfortunately, the woman's father told him that she got married to another man, and this displeased Samson because he was not happy with that statement, and so he decided to get his revenge by destroying the Philistines. And so he did, and he decimated the Philistines in a private war, and he also fought back the assault on him in Gaza, where he had gone to visit a harlot, and he finally fell to his foes through the love of Delilah, who seduced him into revealing the secret of his strength, that is his long Nazarite hair. So the Philistines told Delilah that they must find out the secret of his strength, so that they would be able to capture him and take him as prisoner. And so Delilah seduced Samson, nagged Samson into telling her the secret of his strength. At first, Samson was very reluctant. He tried to avoid the question, but Delilah constantly nagged him until Samson could not withstand the nagging, and so he finally gave the answer, the secret of his strength. That is, he told Delilah that his hair should not be cut, because if his hair was to be cut, he will be weak as any other man. And so after that, Samson, as he slept, Delilah had his hair cut and betrayed him, and Samson was captured, blinded, and enslaved by the Philistines. But in the end, God granted Samson his revenge through the return of his old strength. So Delilah had his hair cut, and after that, Samson woke up and he discovered that his strength was gone. And so the Philistines, before they captured him, they gouged out his eyes and they took him off to prison. And while in prison, Samson prayed to the Lord to give him another chance to grant the Israelites victory over the Philistines. And he also asked God to forgive him of his sins. And so God answered his prayers, and God gave him another chance, and his hair grew back. And so he demolished the great Philistine temple of the god Dagon at Gaza, destroying his captors and himself. That when you read Judges chapter 16, verse 4 to 30 at your own time, what I've learned from the life of Samson is that one of them is that a woman is a man's weakness. Number two is that God is a God of chances. Also, do not hang out with people with the wrong spirits, because they can bring you down. The other lesson I can learn is that do not be filled with lust. Samson's greatest weakness was lust, and also anger. Lust and anger were Samson's greatest weaknesses. If you've learned something from this video, Men of the Bible series, that is Samson, and if you've been blessed by this video, you can comment down below, and have a good day.